Hello, everybody. Uh, is Achilles' Shield Maidens out yet? No, I don't know if it ever will be. Basically, it depends on whether or not I can make that vigil a success. If not, I think we're gonna stop taking large project risks from now on and just kind of stick with the ones that already found an audience and have legs to stand on, because I'm kind of tired of working on stuff that requires my other books to literally hold it up in the air, to pretend that it's a functional thing. I'd rather work on the books that have an actively participating audience than, stuff that just constantly requires me to piggyback it. Because that's the problem with me. I have about 20 or 30 different story ideas and concepts, some in different stages of development. But the problem is, my own personal reach is kind of shit. And I know people point out and go like, "What, dude? You have like almost 180,000 people on Twitter." Yeah, well, welcome to the world of algorithms where that means literally jack shit. It is what it is. I'm not like I don't really stress out about it. Like I said, I'm actually very lucky. I have two books that actually, you know, that actually can stand on their own. So far so good. The last ones that I'm gonna give it a try and see, whether or not they find an audience are gonna be Death Vigil 2 and The Queen and the Woodburn 1. And now don't get me wrong, if those pop off and finally find an audience for Death Vigil and find an audience altogether for Queen and the Woodburn, then yeah, I know that I can expand my genres, and at that point, yeah, I can risk the Killer Shield Maidens and whatever the fuck else I can squeeze in before the day I die, No, I'm not going anywhere. It's just kind of that whole like, life's limited and I have a fuck ton of ideas. So speaking of living long enough, I'm gonna need to be healthy for that, and for that, my thyroid pills. Almost forgot again. Hey Henke. Hey Batnips. I'm just chilling a little bit. It's the first day of the month, so that's usually my low pressure day. And unless the fucking cell phone keeps ringing. Hey, back at it. I decided to do some warming up today with some letters to the Vampire Queen illustration work. Because today I'm probably gonna spend most of the day just writing the novel. Okay, I need my old illustration just to check what I did for the dress for Lara here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's gonna be this one. Fuck off. I need to load it here. Okay, so it's this. Mm. Mm. Oh, thanks, Nine. So are there types of vampires, or did this lady hurt herself trying to eat one of those burgers, burgers with 3 buns and 4 patties? I understand that reference so well because every time I see one of those stupid videos like, oh, look at this amazing sandwich, I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to eat that? Like, what am I supposed to be, an anaconda just dislocate my goddamn jaw? So, well played. But yeah, the vampires in this story, the ravenous ones, they're very much they're kind of more lycanthropic. Like they're like werewolves that drink blood, so they have a bit of a change to them. And while the wounds on their jaw do heal, like whenever they're in a frenzy, like it's just this. Like they just split open the whole thing, gain way too many teeth, and just start ripping and tearing until it's done. Cue Doom music. Hey, Angela. And also, if they're here with you, they're get the fuck away from me, wolves, because Jesus Christ. Gotta say, so far, from all of the programs, for laying out an illustration, Clip Studio is by far my favorite. Today I think I might actually try the what's it called? I'm gonna download the trial, maybe even stream that later as well. Of where is it? Freaking Affinity. I want to see because from what I've noticed, it's very one-to-one with Photoshop. Like even has the stuff that's missing from Clip Studio when it comes to parody. Mm. No, I have no intentions of browser-based stuff. I need a program, and this is a program. What I'm gonna try, program that you can buy and own as well. So, which is very nice. It can open Photoshop files and it can like Clip Studio. It can load Photoshop brushes, which is good for me because I've made fucking hundreds of them over time. Listen, I've been using Photoshop CS3. I don't know what pen stabilization is, so I think I'll be fine. It ain't got no pen stabilization. It just got my stabilization of the hand itself. I was forged in the old ways. But the way I figure is if it's very kind of like if it covers the missing pieces of Photoshop for me, I am very much okay with just swapping to uh, Affinity plus Clip Studio, and then I get more than I do with Photoshop, which is just amazing. Because I get Clip Studio's fucking amazing brush mechanics, and I get all the other stuff that I was using in Photoshop from Affinity, which would be just peachy. Oh, what? Ah, fucking wrong layer. Uh, to me, it's mostly a matter of like, does it meet my own needs for the program? You know, there are certain things that I'm used to in my workflow. If I can fulfill those needs and not deal with Adobe's bullshit, yeah, we're good. Yeah, bad practice. Yeah, sorry about the weird time. I am currently working on Croatian hours, but my sleep schedule is flexible, let's say, as in non-existent. So, yeah, give it a week, and I'm probably gonna be working again on American hours, because just have no way of controlling that for myself. Not for the lack of trying. What am I saying? Uh, this. Okay, so what if I do it like this? Hmm. No, I think I can do something bit better. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Hey, what about the old classic? those moments where I'm trying to figure out what kind of a mood I want for the piece. Uh, oh, nice. Yeah, there's a bunch more coming, and it's about to get really fucking intense. I am a man of meticulous build-up and magnificent payoff, so this is gonna be very. It's gonna get real fucking wild. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. This belongs here. Brush size. Eraser. Okay. I mean, Blade's already in town. It depends on which did you finish. Did you finish just the 2 hour thing on YouTube or the 10 hour thing on YouTube? The one is through the Patreon link, and the other one is just free to read, listen to. Yeah, well then you know that that Blade is already in town. In fact, there's several Blades in town already. Where's the techno rave then? That would be anachronistic. Get with the times, literally. There will be a bloodbath though, so you know. It's gonna be like you know, like one of those videos where they like, you know, do a modern music, but it's bardcore, so they do it like medieval style. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do like that theme from Blade, but like it's gonna be like on lutes and shit. Alas, I have to take the story seriously, so I can't. Oh my God, what the fuck is with all the cell phones today? Just 1 second. All right, I'm back. I'm back and feeling miserable because there's no coffee anywhere. And now I can't find my pen. Great. Great. Where'd I leave it? Oh, there. Wow. Probably would have been good if I unmuted myself. Yeah, yeah, I believe that would have been a slight improvement, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Professional over here. I don't have a site for commissions because I do commission work extremely rarely. Unfortunately, no time for it. I have too many of my own comics to make. What brush? This is just a default gouache brush from what's it called Clip Studio. Literally the main selling point for the program for me. I just really like this brush. It truly is excellent to just kind of build up a painting. And having used gouache in real life for many years, it's just, just a bit of nostalgia. Let's drop the opacity now and start building up stuff. No, I didn't forget about YouTube. Listen, this was a non-discriminatory ignoring of everybody because I was muted on both sides. It was also unintentional. For some reason, every family member decided, hey, you know what would be a good time to call Stepan? Right now. I was like, well, yeah, all right, yeah. This is important? No. All right, cool, thanks. Timing. Yeah, unfortunately, I really don't have the time at any foreseeable future. I'm already like the very few slots that I have for like these for the what's it called like commission work. Like I use commissions basically as sort of a palette cleanser for myself to kind of get out of my head, and I already have those booked for till April next year because I have some comic covers based on Universal monsters, and then I have to do like a few two Kickstarter covers, or was it? Yeah, it's two. Fucking losing my track of it all. Well, thankfully do have it written down, so that helps. Which is sad because vampire novella is really, really up my alley. Nah, they're not going. I I I don't really have a good family, so it's just that their sense of timing has always been just impeccable. Me start streaming. Hey, wanna go out for coffee, son of a bitch? And like, asking me to go out for coffee is making me choose between my loyal viewers and my coffee. Coffee wins. Yeah, this is why I have to work on American time instead. Exactly. All right, I gotta pull her eye, because that's a little bit to the side here. Listen, right now I'm out of coffee here, and soon I'm gonna actually have to do the unthinkable. I'm gonna have to go to the coffee machine and actually make it, which means there's going to be a pot of really bad coffee in the house for the rest of the day. It's gonna be great. Uh, Start blending stuff in, getting some definition going now. Then you understand the true priorities. I was like, are you addicted to caffeine? No, I can quit anytime I want to. I just really, 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 really don't want to. There was just now a speck of like dust or something on my tablet, and I tried to blend it in with a blender. I'm like, why is it not blending? What the fuck? Realizes, oh. Soon. Okay. So this neck is too short, which means I can do a bit of a move. Select. I mean, of course, it had a big impact. Photoshop had a big impact on me. I, that was my first professional use program. I've been using it for like 20 years or so. Still, that doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking stand for their recent line of bullshit. Like, the product has gotten uh, has turned overly heavy, turned into bloatware. They haven't added anything relevant to me or my work to the program in fucking years and years now. Everything that they've been fucking going for, like they've been doing for stuff that's of no use to me. And then, they started turning real fucking predatory with both their charging and well, basically the way they handle everything, really. So I decided, you know what, fuck this. Then I realized that Clip Studio, when it comes to painting, is a far more interesting program. And also, it's a program where the developers actually listen to people who they're making it for. Which, means that if I bitch and whine about the things I want, I might actually get it. Like squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I'm a squeak. But only once I've actually properly learned the program, and so that it doesn't turn out that I'm whining about a thing that's already there. I just didn't find it. Oh yeah, you're right. I should save. No, no, not close. See, I need caffeine also. Save as. It's so funny how jaded I became to that. It's like, oh no, it crashed and I lost everything. Ah well, must be Monday. Yeah, the blending brush in Clip Studio is very good. It it's a very good job of be like delivering what my own blending brush did in Photoshop. It's a little fuzzier around the edges, but overall I can't really complain. Like if I press down, it's gonna give me the hard edge that I need anyways. So all in all, I would say 9.5 out of 10. I needed just very minor adjustments to get used to it. So yeah, no, the boobs don't go that way unless they're in anime, and then that's a whole different thing. I have no idea. I don't really anchor myself to a program. Like I use what I what it like. I find what's useful in the program and I use that. If not everything is useful, if I find other better things in other programs that I can combine with it, fucking files are compatible, so I don't give a shit. Whatever gets the job done, you know. Program is a tool. And the very reason we have toolboxes is to have to have something where you can store and use many tools, and that's how I look at it. Maybe not the most eloquently put sentence ever, but you get the gist of it. My English is a bit rough right now because my coffee situation is a bit rough right now, and I am soon going to rectify that. Mm, mm, mm. But, having said all that, um, this program does seem to have the biggest potential for me to kind of use it for illustration work. Just really love the way the gouache brush behaves. Like, it's not a be-all end-all solution to every visual problem, but it just acts right, I just haven't had a brush that just feels right. That's me with this one. Hmm. Hmm. That woman doesn't look very scared though. Yeah, it's complicated. We'll get to that. See you, Zabesha. Have a good one. Mm, mm. Mm, mm. What I'm using is a brush that I made a bunch of a while ago for ambient occlusion. It's not really a soft round brush, it's a very specifically shaped brush that's meant to have a very sharp tip while having a soft fall off so that I can do very quick and effective ambient occlusion on my drawings, paintings, whatever, renderings. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love rendering stuff like that. I've been into freaking designing and drawing monsters since I was in high school. Really got obsessed back then. I really wanted to work in like a special effects company, making monsters and stuff. But then later I discovered the joys of comics, and I never looked back. Yep, I can't complain, and all I can say is I have chosen wisely. Yeah, they are not the tidiest of vampires. They do get very monstrous, and when they bite, yeah, it's massive lacerations, and they don't let go. And funny thing is, like, not all of them are like that in this world. Like, there are, the more standard, just basic fangs, but there are these types. It all depends on who sired them all. No, they do just feed on blood, but they do tear the flesh. They are very they're pissed off. Mm. Yes, this stream is quite appropriate for this hour. People awake like vampires, exactly. Okay, I gotta. Okay, let's see. Let me get some. Let me get some sip. I remember that. I'm going for a walk. What program do you use? This is Clip Studio. Yeah, it was sip. I know because I've watched that specific abridged to them many times. The fucking part where they turn Alexander Anderson into a Hamilton song. That's just, my God. Mm, mm, mm. My all-time favorite abridged would be Sword Art Online abridged, and what's it called? Helsing abridged, and then Dragon Ball Z abridged. Hey, Rainbow. Oh yeah, it's an absolute masterpiece. Like I said, it's my second favorite. The only one that I find better is just Sword Art Online Abridged, and that's just because, like, first of all, that one's a masterpiece on its own level. And second of all, it made Sword Art Online interesting. That was an achievement. Went and fixed the whole damn thing. Thank you. That's that. I literally the first time when a friend of mine made me watch Konosuba, like convinced me to watch Konosuba, right? I'm watching. I'm like, was this made by the Sword Art Online people? And it was like, no, sorry, I meant the abridged version because this screams Sword Art Online abridged. The freaking what's his name, main character, like it's just basically Kirito from Sword Art Online abridged. And the freaking Aqua is literally just Asuna from that one. Like, what the fuck is happening? And yeah, I freaking adore Konosuba. I actually bought the Blu-ray set for that one just because I was like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've been just this genuinely entertained. I'd like to do the same for the uncle from in another world. That one was just fucking hilarious. Just watching him and his nephew being just absolute fucking just zero awareness. It's just now the thing I adore about Clip Studio is I don't have to have any fancy side programs for it. I can just click remember timeline and like after I'm done with the work, I can just make a video of it just kind of as it's made. Like, fucking brilliant. I haven't seen that one. Like, honestly, at this point, like the isekai thing has kind of gotten out of hand. Like, Jesus Christ, I went yesterday to Crunchyroll. I'm like, I need something in the background while I'm working, right? And it's just isekai after isekai after isekai after isekai after isekai. I'm just like, holy shit! Like, I get I get something is popular, so you kind of create a bit of a you know, a trend out of it. But my God, like this is ridiculous. Like this actual like there's after a while it's like there's not a single original thought in the creation of these characters. It's literally just kind of gamer freaking power fantasies and wish fulfillment fantasies, and I'm like, listen, I get it. I'm all about. I understand. It's nice to make power fantasies and wish fulfillment fantasies because we all need that escapism. But literally, it's like one person discovers a hamburger, and everybody everywhere is like, yeah, from now on, nothing but hamburgers. I'm like, ah, I I I was craving some soup. I was like, no, you get a hamburger. Fucking hell. Oh no, it's not just been done to death. It's been done to death isekai into another world so that it can live 500 other lives in which they all die and then still isekai into a third world. Okay, like this is death. Death has lost its power. Like, and that's the thing. I'm not even asking for steak. I'm not. I'm asking for a bowl of soup. Just cup ramen at this point. Like fucking just something basic that I'm like, okay, calm down with the isekais. Can I just you know, it takes you fucking, it takes you way too much scrolling to find something that's not an isekai at this point. Like it's just like what the fuck. And the titles are getting just more and more ridiculous. It's just holy shit. And this is coming from somebody who named his comic Fine Print or How a Divine Contract May Not Be the Best Cure for a Broken Heart. Like that was my little nod to the isekai titling just for the fun of it, but like Jesus Christ, I wasn't going far enough. Hey, Matt. And like, I wouldn't even complain if they were actually trying with the storylines in those isekais. But basically, every storyline is like, okay, you get hit by a truck slash car slash I don't know, fucking poisoned by eating suspicious shellfish, and now you're here and you're supposed to let me check the notes. Yes, fight the Demon King. And I'm like, uh, are there no other possible enemies y'all could have picked up on? Like, just nothing. It's always just the Demon King. And then at some point, it's like Demon King says, "Fuck it," goes to human world and fucking sells McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is the logical conclusion of this arc. Oh man, you gotta admire the zeitgeist of the age, you know. How do I know exactly where to put color, shadow, all that stuff? 20 plus years of doing this shit, 8 hours a day. That'll do it. It's just that. There's also the fact that I've been doing a lot of 3D sculpting, and 3D sculpting kind of has you actively learn illumination, material qualities, stuff like subsurface scattering, ambient occlusion, bounced light, reflected light, all that stuff. You actively have to learn it in those programs in order to create a realistic render. And once you learn it in those programs, well, the knowledge is transferable. So this is why I often say, like, if you have a chance to learn 3D sculpting, take it. It will teach you anatomy from every angle, first of all, and second of all, it will teach you, you know, how to illuminate your characters, how to make a thing pop. It's gonna make you understand that, you know, that rim light that you see drawn on a picture, it's, you know, you're gonna realize that okay, it can only reach up until this point, but past this point it can't. So you can basically light build and light frame and do a lot of stuff, you know. you start being way more aware of the reasoning behind it all, and then you find yourself being able to replicate it. Even Demon Lord is like basically, nah, I'm good. Exactly. Well, yeah, there's also the fact that I used to be, a traditional painter in gouache and acrylics and stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah, like I always recommend to people, like, if you have any chance to diversify your toolbox to, study other stuff as well that's related to your work, take it. It's gonna do wonders for your progress as an artist. Because I want to make one thing clear. I wasn't, what one would say, born talented. I was born poor, and pencils were cheap. So, my mom tried to entertain me with, like, hey, here's a simple way how you draw a thing. I was, 2-year-old way how to draw a thing, but, I repeated it and repeated and repeated it because, well, it got me attention. And then as I grew up, started realizing I like drawing. I couldn't do stuff like this anywhere in just fucking, it's like, holy shit. I had to work my ass off for it. I had to take every wrong turn. I had to backpedal. I had to learn again and relearn and relearn and relearn and relearn. And, you know, 20 plus years later, yeah, I can just kind of sit down and do a thing, and do it often without thinking. But that is because, uh, I spent that stupid amount of time. So, don't ever feel discouraged when you see somebody kind of pull crazy shit out of their ass and you're like, what the fuck? Trust me, I've been there myself. That feeling, that's bullshit. The feeling of struggle, that's not a bug, that's a feature. That's how it's supposed to be. So trust me, just keep going at it. Just keep practicing. Find any kind of way that works for you. Um, when I was a, when I was younger, when I was practicing this, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have people willing to give out advice. Now you do. Now you have like everything at the tip of your fingers. So use it. Look through guidelines. Look through tutorials. Find the ones that work for you, because not all of them will. We're all kind of coded differently. For instance, I don't really do well with lines, but I'm very intuitive with shapes, with you know color. And color, I had to practice. I wasn't good with color for the longest time. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm getting there. It's getting better and better. So, you know, just keep going. Who's my favorite Croatian comic book artist? Esad Ribic. She's fun to drink with. Beyond that, my wife. She's also fun to drink with and other stuff. Don't I have to work today? I am working. I, I am my own boss. I make stuff for myself and my audience. How did I land consistent clients for commission work? I don't. I again, I work for myself. Now, how did I land working comics? That's a different point altogether. That was just me posting online, and most importantly of everything, not posting pinups, posting comic pages. Because that's what editors, that's what companies want. They want somebody who's obviously interested in actually making comics. Because getting a job in comics themselves is not all that difficult. The path is pretty linear. Like, but getting a good job in comics, well, for that you need visual appeal. You need you need comics that look good, that are gonna read well, and that are to a degree, sexy. Like, I don't just mean like sexy in sexual way. I mean like sexy as in cool, exciting, full of energy, and that's the stuff, isn't it? Like that's one of those where you can't shortcut your way into it. That one requires just a whole lot of stubbornness, practice, and refinement. But also, as for working today, this is technically my day off. But here's the problem with me. The thing I do in my free time is the same thing that I do at all times, which is paint, sculpt, draw. I used to play video games way more, but nowadays I just kind of lost the will. Last night I tried loading up Final Fantasy 16. The fucking thing has a weird bug uh, where it won't properly show, like where it won't properly format to my screen. So I had to do some really weird edge of the screen clicking so that I could actually have it reduced to the size of my screen. And by the time I got it fixed, I just kind of lost my will for it. It's weird. I guess it's sometimes just stages when I don't have the energy for that. Do I use cheaper gouache brushes when I paint traditionally? Oh yeah. I'll sometimes buy just the shit for like a local store. They're like, uh, it's new school year. Here's brushes, and I'm like, yeah, I can use these. It's just like yoinks. Yeah, because honestly, like most of the time, they're good enough. Like the only time I actually buy myself the more expensive ones is like when I need something for high precision work, and for that, like you need brushes that won't flake around, like that have a very strong connection. But generally, like I used to buy brushes at a local tool store. It's just like, yeah, this'll do. Like I need a large brush. There we go. Oh, a hair fell off. Scrape it off. Move it on. Like when it comes to games, I generally stick to like MMOs and MMO kind of games, just because like they've been relatively consistent in providing me boosts of you know, new stories and new stuff to do. So yeah, I tend to like those, but over time, it all kind of started feeling a little played. So these days, I just make stuff. Yeah, listen. When it comes to gouache, I used to just buy basic fucking elementary school watercolors and just buy acrylic to mix with it. And when I say acrylic, I mean going to the store and buying just wall paint acrylic, just the cheapest stuff, because like it's very extremely similar. Like you can buy all the fancy colors and all the fucking fancy stuff and just spend a lot of money for a thing that you still need to practice, you know. So if you're getting into it, forget all that. Buy yourself cheap set of fucking elementary school watercolors. Buy yourself some acrylic, just basic white thick wall paint that has density to it, and just combine those two like that. That's gonna get you more than enough versatility to practice working with gouache. And then once you actually, feel like you've gotten enough out of it that you wanna, advance, that's where you go for better, more refined colors. Because, up until that point, trust me, you won't even notice the difference. And that way you save yourself a whole lot of money. Because professional paints are expensive as fuck. Yeah, just go for cheap bulk in the beginning. Don't like, don't waste your money on stuff that's, overpriced and really, you really won't feel the difference. And speaking as somebody who's worked with it for a long time. As you become more knowledgeable, does it become more obvious? To a degree, yes. I mean, you start looking for colors that you may not have in your palette, colors that you never thought of using. So your needs become greater than what it has to offer you. You start noticing that maybe instead of just a thick mixing acrylic or tempera, you want something that's more glazed so that you have a better control over the thickness of layers. This isn't something that you will notice early on, but like as you become more refined with using it, you're gonna want different colors. Gonna want different freaking brushes, different hardness of brushes. You'll find that you can experiment with to a greater degree once you get used to the technique. But getting used to the technique is still a process and it takes a long time. So best not waste a fuck ton of money on something that you're still not feeling completely sure with. Hey Nixon, with gouache do you work dark to light? With gouache you work any way you want to. Like it gives you enough coverage because you're mixing watercolors with acrylics, but also it gives you the ability to fix mistakes again because acrylics, if you're using a thicker, more covering one, like you can actually go over and just redo. Uh, you can work light to dark. Again, it's still, watercolors is still like as dark as you want it to make. So it really is just, what you want to do with it. Experiment. Yeah, Joe was fun to draw. It's still not done yet. Right now, I'm just kind of blocking out a whole lot of illustrations so that I can figure out what I want for the novel, for the final thing, and also what's gonna go in book one, and then what's book two materials. Because like this is probably gonna be book two, but I still kind of draw it just for the Like just kind of set my mood, set my scenes. It's a cool thing when you're both a writer and an artist that you can just kind of you can explore things in so many different ways. Highly recommend it. All you need is like about a few dozen years of work. It's fine. Don't worry about it. How much time do I spend on my zebra sculpts? I don't really time myself. I just kind of do it. It's like it's a hobby. I don't. I do it for the enjoyment. Everything else is a bonus. It's one of those rare things that I just actually consider my hobby. But the benefits of it are massive because I've improved my skills in painting and drawing because of it. I've improved my illumination skills. And also, at the end of it all, I get to have printed versions of the stuff that I made, which is awesome. When I started as a hobby, but that last part wasn't an option. Now it is. I know. That's why I do profit from it somewhat at the end. I'm still gonna sell the finished printable file. So there we go. That's capitalism of me. Woo! But even that's mostly just because people want to have their own copies of that, and well, the beauty of that is like I can I can price those at a very reasonable price and just let people have fun. How hard was ZBrush when I was first getting into 3D sculpting? Uh, it was actually shockingly intuitive, mostly because like it's one of those programs where you really don't ever feel like you need all of its parts at the beginning, so you're just kind of focusing on basic sculpting and getting around with that. And as you do that, you start exploring, you start getting more familiarized with it. So the growth curve, the learning curve is very kind of intuitive. Oh, I should do there's like a direct light from the viewer's point of view that would give me some nice shadows on her face as well. I could do that. That's something that would probably work nicely. Mhm. Yeah, I'll do that, but that's gonna be the next sitting. For now, I'm just gonna wrap this up and then I'm gonna get to town because I need my coffee. If I don't have my coffee, I become grouchy. You wouldn't like me when I'm grouchy. Because, like, I'm the same me, just, like, slightly slower. Terrifying, I know. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna block it out just to see how it would look if I did that. Gonna need a brush. I'm gonna just take a sharp one. Oh, wait, hello there. Maybe smaller size, huh? Just gonna block it in for now. Hmm. So I need it. So it'll be like this, it'll be like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. This cast the shadow onto her, cast the shadow here. Yeah, that's good. That would give me a way more interesting setup of shadows. Okay, like this, like this, like this. Then this would be illuminated, but that's easy to fix. Get this boob shadow here, yeah, yeah. yeah. This arm would cast a shadow here. This would cast shadow here, okay. So, then I blend that shit in for a quick test. Okay, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay. Okay, so now there's still a shape of the face problem happening, but that's something that's quite easily fixable. Let's see. If I was to do that, then I would have to layer, new raster layer. Let's try overlay. And then we'll see whether or not I want overlay or soft light. But I can do, where is it? I need brush, I need this. Okay. Opacity. Come on. Normal. Oh, okay. Fucking weird. So I would do more intense light this direction. Then I would drop this a bit lower. I could do a thing where I get her. Where is it? Need this. I can do here much brighter on this edge because then this would be illuminated, and so would this part, and this part would be hit with the light. Some of the hair here would be hit with it. Okay, I can actually. Oh, what am I doing? I can actually. This is which one? Okay, layer merge with the layer below. Okay, now this one I can do a bit of a softer thing here on the face so that I can. Yeah. Something like this. Okay, there we go, something like that. Yeah, because the face would be turned enough to get hit by way more of the light here, but needs the shadows here. Okay, I need this will be tweaked. I don't need this. Actually, I really don't need any of this right now. I can just paint that on. And I can hue saturation, tonal correction, hue saturation. I can saturate it up a bit. There we go, like this. Then layer duplicate just in case, and let's try it directly. Okay, paintbrush. Where can you check my work? Generally on Twitter, but I'm moving more and more to Blue Sky because Twitter has become a shockingly useless site. Okay, I can hide the. This is what is this overlay layer? All right. Yeah, I'll hide that so that I can actually paint in the overlay directly. Better control. Okay, now let us flip it. Okay. Oh, push it. Now what? How am I finding using a new program after such a long time in Photoshop? It's pretty intuitive. Have to align all the colors first, and then I'm gonna have to tweak the hue, saturation, all that stuff, because currently these colors are a bit too desaturated, but that's fine. I can easily punch them back up. Yeah, there's a few things missing, but it does have the gouache brush, and that's already something that is doing wonders for me here. So on that, it got Photoshop beat. I need to hide the hands because I need to get the proper hairline set up. Let's see, I might actually paint over the face altogether at some point, because like that's the problem when you're doing this stuff kind of off the top of your mind, like, you know, sometimes you nail it and other times not quite, and so it's a whole lot of searching. Yeah, that's a thing that I can do. Hey Lamau, let's go. Me, when I remember, I can just rotate the canvas and actually see what I'm doing wrong. Out of curiosity, what inspired the Sunstone series? Nothing. I had a burnout. Started making silly jokes about BDSM and realized, hey, I could do a thing. Then I did a thing. And here we are. Like, as funny as that sounds as an origin story, that's basically what happened. I was trying to deal with my own burnout. Decided I would do some, like, spicy fetishy pictures and silly jokes about BDSM. And at some point I made one specific strip that was basically how they met, and people responded to that, and I was like, well, shit, let me make more. And then I did. Then I panicked when I realized I was writing a romance story. I didn't know jack shit about writing romance stories. Then I had a short phase where I was considering making it somehow into a sci-fi. But then I realized, hey, that's stupid. So how about you do the crazy thing and just kinda see where it takes you? And then I did. And here we are. Thanks, Classic. Alright, let's see. Okay, yeah, this illumination angle probably will work best, definitely. Question mark. Okay. Now let me see. I wonder, what if I... File save. Okay, and then layer, duplicate. Let's give it a try. Okay, so layer, your raster layer. Okay, let's try first this. Multiply, then saturate, tonal correction, saturation up. There we go. A few points. No, soft light. Let's try, but like the tonal correction. Tonal correction, hue saturation, luminosity down, and then saturation up. Reduce the opacity a little. This way I could do like a candlelight thing. Okay, layer, new raster layer. Okay, multiply. Okay. Now, paint, clean up. I need this opacity low. Now let's start cooking. Opacity up. That would be a shadow cast by the shoulder. With like some of this at the edge. Back to the something like that. This would be like this, like this, like this, and then this would okay, rotate back. Okay, that tonal correction. Let me no. Edit tonal correction. Hue saturation luminosity. I'm gonna drop her luminosity a little so that I have more room for highlights. There we go. It's a small trick, a simple one. When you make something overly bright, and you kind of lose the ability to create good contrast on the rendering, you just drop the entire thing's lightness and just go back to it. Don't worry about it, Kostic. Okay, so what if I'm gonna give this a little bit more saturated multiply on the skin here so that this has a more candlelit feeling. Okay, so now I layer merge this down. Then I'm gonna take this. I need to do normal opacity like this. Okay. Okay, this like this. This needs to pop up in the illumination. This needs to be like... Okay, now let us do some blending. Good question. Recently I've been trying to know myself. I don't know what I want to do with my art. I came to the conclusion I want to do both concept art and illustrator. Do you think it's possible, or it will just affect my art? Of course it's possible. An illustrator is a concept artist that finishes his work. It's good to have both. As a concept artist, you would require the ability to create a finished piece that's more of a presentation piece, because most concept art is very fast, very kind of sloppy, very unfinished, just there to present a general idea. But then, sooner or later, you need to do a thing. You need to finish it. You need to make those spit shine touches and make it look very presentable, because suddenly it's a part of marketing for whatever the fuck you're working on. So yeah, those two things do tend to work hand in hand together. Okay, this is color hue is just kind of off here. Gotta check that. Gotta do it like this. First things first. Paint. Check paint. Okay, what's giving me the... So, I see. That's what's messing with my ability to pick colors. Missing ability to pick colors. Yeah. Right click, let's go. Such skill. Now, do I like this? I do not like this. In fact, I am very much unliking. What do I need to do to like this, though? Hmm. Hard to say, hard to say. What if? Okay, layer, duplicate layer. Let us experiment a little. What is that? Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is on her. Okay. Hmm. Pa, pa, pa-da, pa-da, pa. Oh, the process of it for me right now is moderately easy. The problem is the decision making is where it kind of sometimes glitches out, and that's really one of those big hurdles to overcome. Is getting faster and more on point with your decision making when it comes to painting. Like the last thing you want to do is basically this. Uh, to fiddle around searching for a solution to a problem that you know you didn't notice it the picture had initially. So Okay, okay. Where is it? This. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, now move this thing to the side. Okay, select, back to this one. Let's see. Let's remove this for now. Okay. Okay. guess I can just repaint the arm. For now, let's move this here. For now, height. Yeah, it's all interconnected. Basically, if you learn how to make comics on your own, everything else kind of falls into place. Because comics requires writing, and you need writing for the novel. It requires art, and well, art and illustration go hand in hand, and here I am. Just multi-classing, Hmm. 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 Alright, yeah, this is a much better angle. A lot better, yeah, kind of selling some sort of a intense moment. Because the problem is, I know the story, I know all the, uh, nuance and all the implications that are going behind this. So it's kind of one of those things like which one of the complicated mess of things I want to capture in this one painting, and then, well, then it's pick and choose. First choice was a mess, but this one might be a much better one. Mm. Mm. And this is one of also those things where practicing enough so that you can do stuff without reference every now and then, like it's not something where I would recommend it necessarily because again, working without reference has its massive amount of pitfalls, but it's one benefit is you can kind of turn on a dime and go like, I'm just gonna fucking instead of this do that, and it helps. It's the kind of freedom that uh, lets you approach things more, well, freely because you're not constantly bound to a reference that you picked in the first angle, and then you're like, I can discard this, and then you can just, choose a different thing. It helps. Mm. So there she was, just playing a nice song, and everyone's a critic. Okay, now still, uh, still needs fixing because proportions are floating a little. But yeah, this is not a method that I would very necessarily recommend to anybody. This is more of a do as I say, not as I do type of a deal. Because getting to this point required me to do some really weird things through my development, and problem is you kind of tend to go down all the wrong pathways, and you don't practice the skills that would have actually been useful. For instance, one of the skills that would have been very useful was, construction. I know how to construct the thing, it just doesn't click for me that well because I don't do well with lines. So yeah, it's just definitely one of those. My method is not something I would ever recommend to use as a professional, but it's a good exercise, a good practice. So, yeah. Exactly, let the bard bard, damn it. Although technically the bard is a queen and the vampire is a queen and everybody's a queen. And in the background we got a soundtrack and it's played by Queen. Yeah. Listen, like they have a complicated relationship, okay? And that's the problem with painting an illustration from a scene that I have in mind is, you know, it's like 1 second it's like this, another second it's like that, and it's like which second do you pick? It's like running a movie in your head, but yeah, and hitting pause and going like, "Ooh, this is nice," but also this, but also this. Oh, thanks, Peter Pagan. All right, I think I'm gonna be wrapping up now because actually, I really do need my coffee, and honestly, I could grab some lunch. I'm hungry. Let me just real quick before I do that, just re-establish the positioning here. Paint. This is what's it called? Clip Studio. I recently got into it, so I'm kind of practicing mastering it and doing just doing my stuff. All right. Thank you, Patent. All right. Oh, it's gonna be that for now. File save. I'm gonna be off, and thank you everybody for being